Oh, it's black. He's still like this. I gotta get one like this.
That's our cost, Don.
Okay.
That's your cost.
Cool. I will give you guys a call as soon as I we can't do anything until you actually close on the property.
Yeah, most of the time, if you have a morning close, we could be there right when you sign the papers, and we could actually be almost done by the time you get home that night.
It's the black Mike sock, Mark.
That's awesome.
It's not a big deal.
What's that, man?
It's the black Mike sock. Got my run on this morning. I'm excited. Got that out of the way. Helping a kid with no birth certificate. They never even applied for one, these parents. He's 19.
I heard that.
Crazy, Tony. I feel so bad for this kid. There's something. Last week, you might have been out on, maybe it came in on Tuesday. 19-year-old, one of 10 kids, we'll be talking about it on the air, doesn't have a birth certificate. Never even had one. Never even applied for one. He doesn't exist.
That's impossible.
It is very possible.
How'd that happen?
He doesn't have a social security number?
Doesn't have anything.
His parents.
He was homeschooled. He was born in his house. No, they didn't. These people didn't have running water for 6 years when he was growing up. They're not filing taxes.
I said the same thing, Tony. I said,
something is
think
weird.
of all the fucking stimulus money he missed.
Wow.
Craziness.
I mean, well, my daughter, we adopted our daughter.
Yo, hey, man.
And we were in the same
very
office in that social
Thank you.
security.
Yeah, for sure.
Dominic was able to fix that, so I can now only feed exclusively you guys offline. I know it defeats the
Okay,
purpose.
Tom's gone.
No, so that defeats the purpose because obviously it's 1-on-1. But if he doesn't want to do that switch and make it sound even better, it could come from the mics and I can do it.
Oh, wait, so you're saying...
It can do it without the station now. Dominic fixed it yesterday.
So I'm going to tell Talib, he's listening right now.
He doesn't have to switch. I can do it where it comes from the mic, so it'll sound 10 times better.
No, that's what I mean. I'm going to tell him just don't fuck with anything.
Correct.
Everything you're going to control on.
Correct. Because he was able to unwire, because they were like wired together, having them potted at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
This is
now it
Kelly
can be-
Joyner
that can be
with
just the
Garage
mics.
Kings.
So I got it.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Up on the
This
top.
is Kelly. She comes in for me when I'm not doing
You
that.
know what? I like fucking A-Rod.
He's a cool guy.
He's on top of it.
He
like
is.
everybody.
I like him a lot.
So that's what we'll... God, look at this thing.
Well,
It's a girl.
I'm going to get one like that.
Hey, just do that during breaks then. Simply bring us up in here, even when I'm doing spots, the whole thing. So we'll be live in here on breaks, and then that's it. You can even bring Kelly up if you want. That's up to you. But during the show, keep her down because we're just getting complaints when she's answering the phone. Wait. I don't got you.
I better silence my phone.
Do I go to offline still? Or offline doesn't matter? Got it. But they'll still hear us even if we're offline. They'll hear us in PGM and offline. Wow. Okay. So like right now, are they hearing us? Put up my first spots, please. But during the break, they won't hear the radio show, right? Or the commercials. Hey, we're getting somewhere. I love this shit. I'm building a computer tonight for it. Here, switch me.
Blinds or shades?
Yeah.
Blindster.com offers.
It just,
I like it, huh?
no, it freaks me out. I feel like I have a fucking cock next to me.
It's so weird. Okay, well, whatever.
I don't dig it.
I'm going to fix this kids. It's gonna be Lions. 1897 Lions.
Okay, 0 res, K&H. I do not like, I'm not going to say it.
What?
I don't like,
Grenades.
I don't like when these chiropractors try to treat stuff they shouldn't be treating.
I agree.
They just shouldn't be doing it.
Where are you seeing that?
Oh, is it the excavation?
Hey, ladies, anytime, you're just making me think, anytime you guys get pictures, make sure Talib can get him help.
Yeah.
He only uses help.
She's having directly if you forward,
Yeah. I thought she was the excavation one, but okay.
She said she said them on the 13th, if that helps.
Okay.
K&H.
Yeah, yesterday, right.
Her name's Elizabeth.
Yeah, right, okay.
And it could be excavation. She told me it was, they're forcing an abatement of her because of asbestos.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Thank you.
Okay.
There we go.
I'll get that over to you guys.
And then I'm just gonna really quick so I can type this in.
Sure. Welcome to the show. As you know, it's the only show that's got
We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, try to make your life just a little bit better. Honestly, what we are here to do is expose the bad guys, let everybody know about the good guys as well, and at the same time make your life just a little bit better. Bottom line, you've been ripped off, you've been taken advantage of, maybe a contractor's trying to put the screws to you. We want to hear from you. We get directly involved, unlike any other show in the universe. And I challenge you to go look. You find one and send it to me. I will take it back, but you're not going to find one. No other show get directly involved. There is shows out there that help consumers. Don't get me wrong, but there is nobody else that I know of that will take a bad company and go after them with vigor right over the air. 303-713-8255. 303 Martino's the number. By the way, listen. Couple things. We're going to have some updates today that are pretty crazy. One of them is Todd. Todd called in. He was handing out pamphlets at different events. Like, I mean, honest to God, you're not going to believe this, but parks. He's like a 26-year-old male handing out flyers to women at different places, and we were a little hard on him, but we're going to have an update on that. Suzanne took this one under her wing, and we know a lot about Todd now, way more than we ever knew, and you're going to be surprised to figure out what we found out. Then the other update that we're going to do throughout the show is crazy. We had a caller last week, and she was the mother of the girlfriend of this kid. I say kid, he's like 19, I think. And he doesn't have a birth certificate, doesn't have a social security number, has nothing. His parents don't want to help him get it. It is quite the conundrum. In fact, he's got other siblings listen to this, other siblings living in the house that are younger, older, I'm not sure. We'll go to it. We know the details. That actually do not have birth certificates either. It is the strangest case. We've had a personal or a private investigator on it for about a week now, and we've got some major updates on that one. Now, in studio with me, Tony Joyner. He's the owner of Garage Kings. And Tony, welcome to the show. Hit that microphone. Bring the microphone back and forth, not your head. How are you doing, man?
Good, Mark. How you doing?
I'm doing great. So any questions you have on garage coatings, patio coatings, anything to do with making your garage look better, we're going to be talking to Tony in and out of the show. In fact, I personally use Garage Kings. My God, I think it's been 2 years. They did my garage. I was so happy with it. I called them out the next year, and they did my patio. My patio looks brand new, which is unbelievable. We'll talk about that. And I want to say something right now. Mr. Martino is going into surgery today. So I am asking, I never do this, but I'm going to do this. Thoughts and prayers. It's back surgery. You know, we're not talking life or death by any means, but thoughts and prayers. Have them in your thoughts. Have them in your prayers today. He's going in. He's nervous like anybody. I'm not going to say it's big-time major surgery, but it's pretty big back surgery, and hopefully this relieves the pain. My personal thoughts are everything's going to be going great here. In the next couple days, he's going to be in the hospital maybe a day or two, and then he's going to be rehabbing, and hopefully everything's going to be great, and he's back to his normal self of doing 500 crunches a week and everything else he does. He's an amazing man, and please, thoughts and prayers today, and I will leave that at that. Now, let's get to the phones, 303-713-8255. Any questions you have? By the way, our YouTube channel, we're up and running. Whenever we talk about different pictures or photos sent in, you can always find them there. Talib runs them, and you'll see them pop up. You'll see videos if people send us in videos of bad work or whatever the circumstance is. Now, let's do this. Let's go to Melissa. What's going on with you, Melissa?
Hi. My mother just passed away, and we're going through her stuff. And I realized that she has this extended warranty that she paid for that she didn't need because she bought a 2019 Subaru and it was new. And
wait, Melissa, she bought a 2019 Subaru in 2019, brand new.
Mm-hmm.
What is the factory warranty?
Yeah.
What is the factory warranty on Subarus? I just don't know. Is it 5-year, 3-year? Do you know what it is? It's not a big deal. We'll look it up. We'll look it up.
1 or 2 years, something like that. Yeah.
I bet it's.
So she already had the warranty for that.
I got it, and they talked her into buying an extended one.
And then, right. So, well, yeah, some other company that was just calling seniors and scamming them. Yeah.
What's the name of the warranty company?
It is called U.S. Automotive Protection Services.
So the dealer didn't even sell it. This was, like you said, someone called her up and talked her into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I doubt there's much we can do. I'm going to put one of our deputies on it to call over there, but I need to tell everybody a few things about warranties and why I do not suggest you ever buy an extended warranty. And some of our dealer friends are going to hate me for saying this, but I always speak the truth. A few things. Even if you go out and you buy a Hyundai, Hyundai's probably the worst example because you got a 100,000-mile warranty and a 60,000-mile warranty bumper to bumper. If you buy an extended warranty for a Hyundai from anybody, whether it's Hyundai themselves or if you buy it from somebody that like called Melissa, here's the problem with it. It runs concurrent. So if they're selling you a 5-year extended warranty, guess what? You'll never get any benefit at all. Now, if it's a 3-year warranty like Ford or Chevy or whoever's got a 3-year warranty, and you buy a 5-year extended, all you bought, listen to me, all you bought was a 2-year warranty because the first 3 years run concurrent with the other warranty. The only time I would ever even think about buying an extended warranty for a car, and I still wouldn't do it, so I want to clarify that, is if your warranty is coming up. You bought the car new, your warranty, your 3-year, 36 or whatever it is, and you don't want to get hit by a big bill. And the only person I would tell you to possibly buy it from, but once again, I'd never do it, would be the actual dealer or the manufacturer of the vehicle. That's it. So, Melissa, I don't mind calling up. The fact that she passed away, I do not think is going to mean anything because I think when she purchased it, did she pay cash for it?
The car?
No, not the car. Did she pay cash for the warranty?
No, she had it taken out monthly. So
wait a minute.
The contract just ended last month.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, wait a minute. So the payments are over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're going to be able to do anything, Melissa. I mean, I honest to God don't. Yeah, I hate these warranty companies. I absolutely hate them. Hopefully, at best, the mistake your mom made is letting people out there know never to do this. She never got benefit of it, and I would guess that Subaru is still under factory warranty right now.
Probably, yeah, I think it is.
Now,
and we transferred it over to our name, so now we have it. So, yeah I'm not sure what we're going to do with this thing. And,
there's nothing you can do with it. You have that warranty on it, and I'll tell you a little more bad news. They'll try anything in the world to get out of it. Even if your manufacturer's warranty is up, and you have a problem with the car, they will try everything in the world to try to get out of these extended warranties. To me, it's just a complete waste of money. Period. End of story. A complete waste of money. But there's nothing you're going to do. I have no magic for you. It is what it is. I love helping people. I love giving you some hope that we can get something back. It's simply not going to happen.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, but I figured I'd just check.
No,
So
it's a good thing. Now, if I'll say this, though, if she was still making payments, and of course she's deceased, those payments would stop immediately. We could take care of that if the bank was giving you any issues, and then if the warranty said, hey, how come you're still not paying? That would be a no-brainer, but that's not the case. She already paid for everything. Did you make any payments whatsoever, or did she, I should say, after she passed away? Was the credit card dinged afterwards?
No, everything was taken care of right before she passed. Yeah. So.
Got it. All right, Melissa, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news like that, but I just decided these days I'm not going to chase down things. I'm glad you called in, and I'm sorry you lost your mother. 303-713-8255. Everybody hold tight. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back to Gina, Elizabeth, Vicky. Man, we've got an assortment of calls today. My name's Mark Major, and this is the Troubleshooter Network.
Do you feel like your feet are stepping on broken glass? Sharp pain or tingling in the feet or hands are symptoms of peripheral neuropathy. Are you taking drugs like Lyrica or gabapentin? They never seem to fix your neuropathy? Are you worried about their side effects? There's a better way. Front Range Medical Center can help. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and
I'll ask you about that. Don't even tell me on air.
Front Range Medical Center can relieve you from neuropathy.
60 and a 30.
No injections and no drugs. Using the newest, most advanced treatment, you can start feeling relief in only a few sessions. Call Dr. Dean Anderson, D.C. at Front Range Medical now for a consultation and exam to see if your neuropathy can be treated. He'll provide a painless neuropathy severity exam, normally $200 for just $27. Take action before your neuropathy gets worse. Call Dr. Dean Anderson, D.C. at Front Range Medical at 303-586-7897. 303-586-7897.
K&H Home Solutions. You know, I've known Ted. I sold him computers probably about 30 years ago. If you need new windows, you need doors, you need siding. In fact, if you just got your tax refund, I suggest you put it into your house. The value of these homes keeping up, if you're going to be there a while, think of the new windows, think of the new doors. At some point, you need to update that house. The people I would use is K&H Home Solutions. They did some work for Tom years ago, and check this out. About 25 years later, he had lifetime windows from K&H. 25 years later, he had a problem. Guess who was still in business? And, of course, they've been around for almost 50 years. K&H, they came out, they warrantied everything, no problems. 25 years later, you never hear of that. K&H Home Solutions, 303-421-7100 or khwindows.com. If you've been putting it off, it is time to get those carpets cleaned. Winter is finally gone. I know it's hard to believe because we had snow about 3 weeks ago. But if you have not had those carpets cleaned since last year, Zero Res Denver has the best deal I've ever seen. And these are the guys that clean your carpet with the patented process. They use no soaps, no shampoos, no harsh chemicals. It's safe, effective, it uses less water, but more importantly, it attacks the dirt. It sticks to the dirt. They're empowered water. It's attracting the dirt, and then they suck it out. They clean it. Your carpets look like brand new. But right now, 3 room areas for just $119. 3 areas, just $119. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150.
Holy cow. You need help?
Would you give Talib? I don't even know where the damn thing went.
Right here, babe. Right here.
No, I know that. Would you give A-Rod Talib's phone number? Tony, what? Hold on. Is this good now? Can you tell if it's working? Man, nothing like the entire mic falling off like 5 seconds before a spot. Yeah, it's great. What were you saying? You got a warranty you like?
Yeah, from Ford.
Direct from Ford?
Well,
Did you
called me?
Yeah.
Because
yours was coming up.
Right. Well, my mileage was coming up.
Okay.
And I bought the warranty, had some major work from Pro Auto, and they actually
covered it. All right, we're going to talk about that. That's cool, man.
But
I'm not saying they're. That's what?
That was through Ford.
Yeah, actually through Ford, I know.
Can A-Rod hear me right now? A-Rod, I put his phone number on the call screener there.
On break, if you go to offline, there you go.
And then what?
Actually, it doesn't even matter if we go offline now, does it? Because there's no one remote. Okay. So they can't hear commercials, they just hear us. You know, I'm pretty sure that's the way it is.
On YouTube.
Would you ever buy this food? You listening to this commercial? Would you ever buy a bucket of food? A bucket of, it comes in discreet packaging. Your neighbors won't know you're crazy.
I mean, 25 years.
He won't do that, but he'll buy steaks from the dollar store.
Hell yeah, Will.
For real.
Wait, you bought steaks from a dollar store?
Yeah.
It was as a bit on the radio.
No, it wasn't. No, it became a bit after I made fun of you. Like,
that's what Costco and
come
Sam's
home and
Club.
there's dollar store steaks. I'm like, what?
It's not even like they're horribly bad quality, which they are.
They were in bromelain. It was disgusting.
They literally package them in an antacid.
Oh, cool.
That's how they come from the store.
Like,
and price-wise is even worse. Even though they're $1, if you look at per pound, it looks like a ham steak. If you look at per pound, they're more than if you bought it at Costco.
We cooked them in studio for our guests.
Yeah.
He is the only one who wouldn't try it.
Hell no, I wouldn't. I couldn't. I would have puked.
He would have puked.
I would have puked. It was horrible.
Costco, you get great steaks at a good price.
Oh, we do. He's just trying on cheap stuff.
And you can get prime or choice, either one.
But going back to the bucket of food, there's a reason they ship it that way, so no one knows what it is. I'm being honest. It's like
the reason they're dollar store steaks.
It's like a sex toy or something. It's not going to show up with a picture on the box. It's going to show up. I mean, not that I'd know, but you know what I'm saying.
You're talking about these 25-year survival people?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I got 40 years of food in my basement. All right, 303-713-8255. We got one line open, 303 Martino. Any questions, issues, comments, that's what that number's for. 303 Martino, by the way, works on and off the air. Forced abatement because of asbestos. Elizabeth, what is going on? Is this an apartment you live in?
No, it's my house.
It's your house and forced abatement. Yes. So is your insurance company involved? Tell me kind of what's going on.
Yes. So hired Empire Flooring to do the flooring last year, March 2021. Wanted them to level the floor because the floor was just not, it just didn't feel right. Had one of their people come to, that was not involved initially with
Hey, Elizabeth, let me ask you a couple questions. How old is your house?
It's 1950s.
Got it. Understood. So what kind of flooring was down that you were going to replace with Empire?
It was laminate and turning it into vinyl flooring.
Were they going to go directly over the old laminate at first?
No.
Okay, so they were going to peel up the old stuff and then put down the new stuff.
That's correct.
When did they figure out there was asbestos?
After complaining about the floor not being level, the last person they sent out had removed the planks, and upon that, stepped back and said, I don't feel safe.
Wait, hold on though, Elizabeth. Here, I guess I didn't ask the question right. They came out and they removed the old floor, right?
Well, yes. For the initial installation, they did.
So they disturbed the asbestos at that point, agreed?
Correct.
And then how long until someone figured out from that point that there was actually asbestos there?
I would say most recent in February when I had to...
Wait a minute. But when did they remove the floor? How long ago?
Well, let's see here. Well, initially, last year, they replaced it. And then I started experiencing my issues with the way that they did the flooring. And then I started...
Elizabeth, please just... I got to get to the answer to this question. When did they remove the old floor? Just give me a day or a month even.
March 2021.
So in March, oh my God, March when? 2021?
Yes.
So they disturbed the asbestos at that point. Then they put the new floor in, but it was never level, correct?
Correct.
And then when did they take the new floor out to re-level?
They didn't technically do all of that. They only did the 2 bathrooms. It's in the kitchen right now that we have the asbestos exposed.
Oh, my God.
A couple of the planks. And then they had seen, the new person had seen that there was asbestos and told me that I needed to have that tested.
I didn't realize you could have asbestos in flooring. I thought that was just in your ceiling.
No, it's in the stuff that holds the flooring down. Hey, Elizabeth, I want to get to what your issue is now, but Kelly, I want you to get Rock up from American Restoration. Elizabeth, it's funny you're calling. Well, I want to ask why you are calling. Go ahead. I understand what happened, but I think you're missing a big part. They disturbed something, and you lived with particles of asbestos floating around your house for a while. I'm more concerned about your health right now. I think we should also get John Fuller on. This is crazy, man. People don't make this mistakes on a house that was built in 50 years ago. These guys should be ashamed of themselves. But what is the issue right now you're calling for?
I'm calling because my floor is still exposed, that they actually took out planks to figure out what the leveling issue was, that I'm left with the idea that I have to clean up their mistake. By
Elizabeth, hold on. We're going to help you with this. We are going to help you, and this is horrible. Have you had any symptoms? Have you had trouble breathing or anything going on with you?
No, not that I could say.
But it looks like you have a restoration company out there from the paperwork you sent, Elizabeth?
Correct, I did.
And what did they say?
Everything was supposed to... They basically just come out and tell me how much it is to clean up.
So wait. They expect you to pay for this company that actually exposed you to it?
Correct.
How much did they tell you it would be?
Close to $6,000.
Well, was Empire supposed to know asbestos was under there?
Hell yeah, they're supposed to check for it. I'll tell you this, Suzanne, that's a good question. When we had a hole in our ceiling in Castle Rock, our house was built in 01 in Castle Rock. We had a big hailstorm, water got in, and it came through the drywall in the upstairs ceiling. So they came out, and I forget who we used at the time for restoration, but the bottom line was this: they wouldn't do anything, even though our house before they would do anything.
So you're saying if Simply Force goes to a house and it's an older house,
absolutely,
they check before they start digging into a floor.
Without blinking, yeah, they don't want to get the homeowner sick. They don't want to get their own people sick. They don't want a lawsuit, and I think that's what these guys are looking for. But Elizabeth, hold on, I've got a few calls I want to bring up with you, so I'm going to put you on hold. Do not go anywhere. In fact, make sure we have her information. This is a big deal. I want to get Rock from American Restoration. No one knows more about asbestos that I know of than Rock. Simple as that. Vicki, what's going on with you?
Hi. The other night I received a notice in the mail from Equifax saying that something had been added to my credit that could be a negative.
Something derogatory. Yep, they have to send those letters out.
Yeah, so I couldn't imagine what it was. I have pretty good credit, so I have LifeLock, so I got in to just kind of check that out. And it showed that my Equifax score had dropped from 819 to 708.
Okay.
And
wow, wait a minute. Wow, that's 100 points. What happened?
I have no idea. The other two agencies are still in the 800s.
Did you pull your free credit report? And I'm sorry, it was Equifax where it dropped?
Yeah.
Did you pull your free credit report?
Yeah, I did. I've called, I've pulled it. I don't see anything that would, nothing changed. Like,
pays. I mean, nothing derogatory that you can think of. I can't imagine. How about a divorce? How about let's think of life-changing stuff.
Yeah, nothing.
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 The only time I have ever heard of a dramatic drop like that is generally getting like 90 days on your mortgage, or the other thing would be some kind of default, like a foreclosure or a bankruptcy. Hold tight. Let me take this break. I'm going to think about it over the break, and we might call up our friends at Ideal Home Loans. I might call up Brent Ivinson and ask him, because they look at credit scores all the time. He might have an idea of why something would drop that drastically.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino. Now, Dan Kaplis today.
What's up, brother?
Man, Mark's mic is scratchy as hell.
Not on air, is it?
It has been, yeah.
How do you know it's my mic? I think it's your ears. Hold on, I got a spot.
No, it's not my ears, buddy.
It's been on air. I'm trying to make it work here for the YouTube. Hang on.
But it might not be on air, but it's definitely scratchy hidden toward the dang laptop.
Yeah, hang on. All right, you got like 30 seconds.
Yeah, now I got him.
That's a new name. You guys heard Mark Swan before? I haven't. Just a news guy, local.
No.
You know, if you ever find yourself in one of these scenarios, you need to call up Bradley O'Brien. He's an attorney. But maybe you're a couple buying a home together, an unmarried couple. Basically, maybe you own a rental property and you need a lease drawn up for your tenants. Maybe you're looking for some kind of option to buy something. Anything real estate, even if you're dealing with a realtor, I would highly suggest you have someone look at the loan docs, and I mean an attorney, look at the loan docs, look at the closing docs, just as a backup set of eyes. You don't want to get yourself into a bad deal. But Bradley O'Brien, O'Brien Legal Services are great guys, great flat rate pricing. Call up Bradley. He'll talk to you over the phone for free. 720-370-7388, 720-370-7388, or OLS Law. Is more comfortable than anybody else I know. Whether you already have a doctor that's trying to help you with pain, but you're not 100%, give these guys a shot. They take Medicare. They take virtually all insurances. If you're still looking for that relief you can't find anywhere, that's all these guys deal with. Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN. Okay. All right, Scratchy Ears, what's going on?
Okay, we should be better audio.
How's the audio now, Talib?
It's a little bit better. It's still hitting the, I'm turning it down here. It's still
How's he connected?
Laptop a little hot.
How are you connected, dude? Are you coming in on one of the channels?
Yeah, I'm on 5 right
And
now.
I hear myself in the background. That's going to drive me nuts. You got to turn your monitor down while I'm talking.
Well, how about that?
Now that's good. Can you hear him, Tony? Can you hear Talib?
No.
On your panel there, hit offline. Suzanne, if you hit offline, you can hear him, right?
There, yep, I hear him.
I just wanted to make sure because we were so loaded.
Yeah.
It's on line 8.
Okay, I'll go right to Rock. What do you think on that, Tony? How about you, Suzanne? This asbestos. If I found out they came in, tore my floors up, I'd been living with asbestos floating around. Doc, what do you think?
Probably wasn't dangerous because it was covered. Probably wasn't in the air.
Just when they peel, that's why we got American Restoration on. We're going to find out. But my understanding is, as soon as you disturb it, that's it. Those things get in your lungs and they don't go away.
But Mark, I have a report from Meridian Environmental. They can't do anything until that's mitigated. and it says it right here. So she's waiting for Empire to pay for it.
What were you saying?
Oh no, I was waiting to say, did you guys hear what happened at the Overlook Hotel like a decade ago?
No, what happened?
With the whole building with the people that had asbestos and they were forced to leave and they all got settlements and stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was there.
But Mark, she shouldn't be waiting for Empire to pay for it. She should be handling it and then going after Empire. That's what she's doing. Meridian says right here, until she fixes that, we can't do anything.
I get it.
Why would Empire be responsible?
Because they're the ones that tore it up without doing a sample.
They were out of the room, I think, when it happened. And by the way, I have the list of why her credit score is being hurt.
Hold on, we're going back.
If you want to go to that, I have the list.
I like this.
We're going right to Rock first.
Okay.
Oh, God. I'm sitting there thinking we're going back.
Oh.
No, so what we'll do, we'll hit, we're going to hit Rock first, because he's on.
You're just going to have to explain what these things mean to her.
Yeah, but I think,
Credit score. I see.
I have never, what can make it drop over 100?
What?
What can make it drop over 100?
Different things. You want to talk about it on the air or right now?
Go ahead. We got 2 minutes.
Total of all balances on bank card or credit card accounts are too high. Open real estate account balances are too high compared to their loan amounts. The balances on your accounts are too high compared to loan amounts. And too many bank card or credit card accounts with delinquent or derogatory status.
I get that, but she says nothing's changed. I quizzed her left and right. There's nothing that's changed. In 2 of the other reports, TransUnion and whatever the other one is, have not changed. She's still got an 815. I mean, we're talking about a credit drop of 100 and some points. I mean, a bank...
Over a 2-year period.
No, her credit a month ago was 800 with them. Now it's in one thing caused it to drop that much.
That's not what I'm showing with what she sent me. You want to look at it?
Yeah, let me see it.
I'll send it over to you.
I dropped 75 for closing a credit card.
For closing it?
Yes.
It's in your email, Mark.
I always think that sucks. You get penalized for that.
My available credit nonsense.
Yep. Okay.
That's what it is. Like, oh, you have a credit card, you got $7,500 you're not spending. Oh, I'm just going to close it then. Oh, then your available credit percentage just went to a dump, and then you get dings on your credit. Most people don't know this stuff. All right, everyone back to program. Back in 10 seconds.
Program button on the... All right, 303-713-8255. I'll always let you know when a line's open. So we've got a couple things going on. Elizabeth has a problem with asbestos. So I'm going to bring up Rock. Rock's with American Restoration. This man knows everything about asbestos, not just asbestos itself, but the cleanup of asbestos. So I've got some very general questions for him. Hey, Rock, what's going on, man?
Not too much. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Rock. So listen, Elizabeth called up. Picture this, March of 2020, you call Empire Flooring. Your house was built about 50-plus years ago. They come out, they tear up your old vinyl flooring, and, well, what we find out fast forward almost a year is what they did is got asbestos disturbed, and that's really where the question goes. They tore it up. They didn't do any samples. They didn't check for asbestos. They put the new floor down. The new floor was never level, so after months and months and months, in fact, let's actually figure out how long we're talking. So, Elizabeth, how long did you first start complaining about the floor not being level after it was installed?
About a month.
So about a month later, she's complaining it's not level. They come back out, and what happened the first time they came back out, Elizabeth?
Nothing. Nothing happened.
They didn't tear up any flooring. They didn't do anything.
Correct.
When did you end up finding out? Let's fast forward to when you found out, when someone came up, tore something up to level it, and they found asbestos. When was that?
I would say January, February this year.
January or February this year. So now what happened is, Rock, they came in, they finally tested for asbestos, and then what happened then, Elizabeth? They said, we can't do anything to mitigate this, right?
Correct.
And then that's basically where you sit now.
Yes.
So, Rock, a couple questions. One, just her health, just I don't know the answer to this. I don't want to panic her. A lot of times people think because they have a little mold, they're going to die, and I know that's not true. It's a very specific kind of mold, black mold, that's toxic, that is bad for you. But when you disturb asbestos in the situation that we're talking about, and they never tested it, they never did anything, just tell me your thoughts.
Well, that's when they disturbed it, and without testing it and without engineering controls, that's a major spill. And it sounds like it was greater than a 3x3 area.
Let's find out. How big were these areas, Elizabeth, that they replaced? Just approximate square footage, just approximate.
32.
Go ahead, Brock.
32.
Yes, yeah, that's a major spill. So what needs to happen is that it needs to, the extent of how far the contamination is in your residence, how far that is spread.
Well, she did have someone out. How do we figure out? Do you know how much it is spread, Elizabeth? Didn't you get a report? I don't know if we have that or not.
Mm-hmm. They pretty much just tested the kitchen area for the sake of understanding whether or not it was asbestos. Of course, it tested positive for asbestos. And then another company had come out to do like abatement, like pricing for abatement and what they would have to do in order to clean up. And that was just kind of limited to the kitchen area and maybe the living room area.
Rock, listen, I'm going to ask you, you're on a referral list for a reason. We trust you when it comes to restoration. What should she do now? Honestly, my gut says she has someone like you, or of course yourself out there. You test, you figure out what happened. But how about as far as going after these people? I mean, do these people have liability, this flooring company, for coming out, not testing, possibly getting her whole house filled with asbestos? I mean, honest to God, what would you do, and what are the chances of her collecting on this?
Oh, very good. I would call the big dogs out, and that is CDPHE. One called the CDPHE, and everybody would come to the table. They have people who can force them to the table to reconcile everything.
Well, they have been notified, Rock, so I'm not sure why they haven't done anything about it.
Because
CDPHE is what I'm talking about.
Probably because whoever notified them's not like Rock, not staying on their ass.
Yes, anytime there's a major spill, I've never known CDPHE not to stay on it until the issue's resolved. That's never happened. If it's one thing, they're more tenacious than the IRS.
Just for her sake, generally speaking, what happened here, in fact, not just generally, what should happen is they end up paying for the abatement. Is that correct? Whether they're forced to or just do the right thing, that's the way it works?
Right, and so now CDPHE wouldn't make sure that who would pay, but they would make sure that if there's a disturbance and exposure, they would make sure that somebody cleans up the spill.
I understand. I get
paramount.
that, and she's got an estimate out there for just the kitchen area for $6,000. What I'm trying to really ask you though, Rock, is does this company, because they disturbed it, they didn't test it, do you think they would be liable for it? Have you dealt with circumstances?
100%. 100%. Flooring companies are one of the major violators.
Okay.
They don't test it.
So in a courtroom, this is pretty straightforward. In fact, a company the size of Empire most likely wouldn't even fight this. They just end up paying the bill.
Oh, indeed. And so even when you deal with Home Depot or others, they won't even send someone out until there's a test.
Here's what I do.
Learn the hard way.
Elizabeth, I swear to God, I would call Rock out there to get the whole house tested, and I would get it fixed. Do you even have the money to get it abated properly? I know you said they quoted you $6,000, but whatever it is, do you have the money up front? Then we can go after these guys if they don't want to pay. I think this is a path we got to go down.
Okay.
Well, I'm asking you, do you have the money?
Oh, I don't have the money, no.
Would homeowners insurance cover this, Rock?
No, they don't.
Yes,
wait a minute. Wait, Elizabeth, you turned it into homeowners?
Yeah, they said that they don't. And I forget the reason because it's been so long. And I'm sorry, Rock, and I apologize, Tom Martino, but I've already contacted CDPHE, and the guy says I can't make them do the morally right thing. That's what he said.
Well, just hold on, because they're you contacting them, it doesn't matter compared to an expert like Rock that has all the certifications to say, hey, this is the test results. This is exactly what we found. These guys disturbed the flooring. You calling up as a homeowner is going to mean nothing.
Okay.
Yes. If I could speak to her off air, we would definitely, help to resolve your situation.
And Rock, the other thing I'm not understanding is why wouldn't their homeowners, under what circumstance, unless if they're saying, even if it happened a year ago, if she didn't know until now, it's still sudden, who do you have for homeowners? I think your homeowners are screwing you too.
Okay.
Who do you have?
American Family.
Okay, hold on a second. Rock, hold on. Both of you, hold on. Kelly, do me a favor. Get Compass on. This poor woman's getting screwed over by everybody. She didn't do anything wrong. She calls up Empire Flooring. They come out on a house that's over 50 years old. They don't test for asbestos. They disturb it. They get it all over, most likely, all over the house. They're washing their hands of it. And her homeowners are saying, we're not going to do anything, which is absurd. This is what homeowners insurance is for. Let's get Compass on and figure out what they have to say. Everybody hang tight, and please give Elizabeth Rock's number during the break.
We're making us famous, bro.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Lots of drama out there on the roads and freeways as we step into the mid-morning. Starting on the south end of town, I-25 northbound just after the exit from I-225. We've got an accident in the left lane with stop-and-go traffic back from Arapahoe Road. And speaking of I-225, northbound 225 at Colfax looks like we have some unusual congestion between Alameda and Colfax. No word of a crash yet, but we will keep you updated. Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather, mostly sunny skies today with an overall high of 85 this afternoon. We're looking at an overnight low of 54 and then hot again tomorrow with a high of 92 degrees. The current temperature in Denver is 71 degrees, impacting your drive to work. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast, Republicans sell you out on your Second Amendment rights. So who are these fake Republicans? I'm going to expose them all so that you can stand up for your rights by demanding they back down. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
All right, protect your legacy. And what do I mean by that? Make sure you have a will, a trust, whatever your circumstance needs. You need to talk to Blake Harris like I did. I talked to Blake. I explained everything I was looking for, everything we had, what we wanted to happen, our wishes. And he came back with a flat rate price for a trust force and a will. He walked us through everything. I love this guy, and I love the flat rate pricing, If you need a will, a trust, a power of attorney, he can even do a quick medical directive for you, a beneficiary's deed. This guy can do it all, and once again, his pricing is unbelievable, but more importantly, he is a great attorney when it comes to protecting your legacy and your assets. 833-ASK-BLAKE, that's 833-ASK-BLAKE, or find him at referralist.com. Affordable interest mortgage. Kurt Rogers has a product that no one else has out there. We call it the Liquid Loan. In fact, you can go to theliquidloan.com to check it out, but it's going to save you money. Right now, interest rates are up, and they're going to get higher, by the way. So if you do need to refi and get some money out, you might as well do it now. You can always refi in a couple of years when it's lower, but as of right now, I'm telling you, they're going to go up. So if you're kind of putting it off, thinking they're going down before they go way higher, you're absolutely wrong. But the Liquid Loan can give you a first line of credit. It can give you access for 30 years to all the equity in your house. If you don't need it, it sits there and you don't pay a nickel on it. If you do need it, you just pay the simple interest rate. You can even lock it in for 5 years now, which is incredible. But imagine that, a first line of credit on your home where you can tap into that equity for 30 years, and your payments are always offset by whatever's in your checking account. There is no other loan like it. Call for all the details. He can take your current situation, your current loan, show you how much interest, how much cash flow you can save. 720-895-0500. Affordable interest mortgage, theliquidloan.com.
Ready for some good news? How about free windows? How about save up to $1,600 on entrance doors? Hi, I'm Cindy with Done Right Windows and Doors, and replacing those old, drafty, noisy windows and doors is the thing to do this time of year. Hey, AC costs and heating costs are through the roof, and let's face it, you and I both know stuff wears out.
Over the air, but our YouTube listeners and Facebook's listening. I want to ask you something, man, straight up. I mean, what they did, 99 out of 100 times the flooring company ends up paying for the abatement, yes or no?
Oh, 100%. They go to court. I have expert witnesses.
Who would you bring in as an attorney? Would it be a bad faith? No, bad faith might be against her insurance company for being assholes right now, but who would you bring in if they – generally, what do you have to supply to this company in order for them to cough up the money?
Just, a report from CDPHE, and there would be prosecution. There would be fines and prosecution against the flooring company.
Why do you think?
I'm surprised if I got on this. I believe if I got on this, and find out who the inspectors were from CDPHE, they always work to resolve an exposure issue like this. Always. This
is driving me crazy. Not only did these guys screw her and they're like, we'll just do whatever. They're literally telling her, hey, we can't do anything with your flooring at this point, which is true, but they're not saying, hey, we're sorry for getting asbestos all over your house. We should have never have done it. But then when she turns it into her homeowners, they're telling her to pound sand.
No, there's, that's the asbestos is persistent, and there's always a trail, and for up to 33 years or more, all right, everybody's on the hook.
So I'm going to come back. Listen, I'm going to come back. I'm going to go directly to Brian Burns. We're going to finish up with you and her and get a plan of action. I think she's one of these people that just aren't going to listen, but we'll find out. Maybe she will listen. I don't think she's got a pot to piss in. She's got no money, but she's not realizing that all this is going to eventually be covered. We got to figure something out for her, even if she's hard-headed. So hold tight. You can bring Rock down. Thanks, Rock.
Tom always wants me to let him know that this Gina has been holding for an hour.
Okay, she'll be next. Thank you. This worked out perfect with him talking about Water Pros. I got my garage, Tony, Saturday. Oh, I thought you were Suzanne for a second.
And you still have Vicky.
Who's Vicky?
Previously talked to Vicky to correct the issue.
Oh yeah, I want Brent Ivinson though, or no, Kurt Rogers, AIM.
Okay, all of our lines are full right now.
Okay, as soon as I free him up,
okay,
and I'll catch that up. What day did we clean our garage? Was it Saturday
Sunday.
So Sunday?
Or I cleaned it Saturday, then we power washed it Sunday.
So we moved everything out, except for like the refrigerator and shit. And dude, all winter, we had dirt cake this fucking thick, and we live off that dirt road. I mean, you couldn't even tell what color our garage was anymore. It took me the power washer, and luckily I have hot water in the garage. I don't know if that mattered too much, but it helps a little. I bet within a half hour it looked brand new. Brand new.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Brand new.
I think it would be fun to learn to walk on stilts. They're walking on stilts out there. Fun.
All right, listen, we have so much going on. 303-713-8255. I have Brian with Compass Insurance we're going to go to, but this deal with the asbestos and Elizabeth is absolutely insane, but we still have a lot of other stuff to deal with. So we're going to get a plan together real quick. But Elizabeth, I hope you listen. I really hope you listen to what we're telling you. But I'm going to bring Brian Burns up in a second. But first, you heard Ramsey during the break talking about Water Pros. I love Paul. I love Water Pros. You realize these guys have the best deals out there. You want a whole house system. Listen to this. There's other companies, I'm not going to mention their Ulligan name or anybody, but might charge $8,000. Paul will come into your house for less than $2,000, sell you a better system that does the same thing, and give you a better warranty. I love Water Pros. You really need to check these guys out. Paul is the man. He's the owner. He's just going to take care of you. I really hope. Oh, and by the way, you know what else they do at Water Pros? They will actually come out and do a free assessment. They'll do a free sample of water, and it's not one of these deals. It's all high pressure. They're going to, honest to God, tell you if you need a softener, if you don't need a softener, do you need something to clean, disinfect the water. 303-862-5554. 303-862-5554, waterpros.net. net. Now, I want to go to Brian Burns and ask him just a quick question about this whole deal. Hey, Brian, this one, I just need to know. She's got American Family Insurance. Her name is Elizabeth. In March of 2020, these dates are important. March of 2021, she gets new flooring, calls up Empire Flooring. They come out. They tear up the old vinyl. Her house is over 50 years old. Fast forward, she finds out sometime this year she has asbestos, and they should have never torn it up. It was about 32 feet. So eventually, these guys are going to end up paying for the abatement and everything. I'm sure of that. But what I'm curious is her homeowners basically outright denied her on the claim. And I'll ask her again, what reason did they give you for a denial on your homeowner's claim, Elizabeth?
I honestly do not remember. I don't know if
fair.
it was
You know what? Fair enough. I like it. Quick to the point.
Yeah.
So Brian Burns, under most circumstances, most homeowners' policies, she granted it happened over a year ago, but she didn't even find out about it. And here's how she found out about it, Brian. The floor that they did was never level. She complained and complained. Finally, they sent someone else back out, pulled up the flooring to see what was under there, and that's when they found the asbestos, after they did the flooring over a year later.
Okay. Yeah, well, so in general, all pollutants are excluded. The release of such pollutants, including asbestos, are excluded on a home policy unless it has been stirred up because of a covered peril. So in other words, if there was a fire or let's say a water claim that caused damage that then you had to rip up the floor because of that claim, and then the asbestos was released.
Great information. I got it.
That
Great.
would be covered.
Absolutely great information. So in other words, if there was a hailstorm, you had a leak in your roof like Suzanne and I did years ago, the drywall on the ceiling gets very wet. We called up a restoration company. They came out, even though our house was newer, they checked for asbestos before they would do anything. If I did have asbestos and abatement was needed, that would have been covered because the peril was covered.
Exactly right.
All right, you did it, man. I appreciate that. By the way, Brian Burns, I use this guy, man. I love Brian. He does our coach or our motorhome insurance. He does my motorcycle insurance. He does my homeowner's insurance. He does our, what else do you do? Oh, our auto insurance. He does everything, and they shop each year for you. If you have your declaration page, I promise you, if you send it over to these guys, most likely they're going to save you money and get you better insurance, better coverage, save you money, and there's absolutely no harm in doing it. You just send it over. They'll shop all the major companies, all the A-plus companies, and just get you the best deal out there. 303-996-9000. Just call them right now. I'm not kidding. 303-996-9000. Here's what I want to happen. I'm going to go back to Rock real quick. Hey, Rock, I want you to talk to Elizabeth off air. In fact, Elizabeth, let me lock you in real quick. Do me a favor. I want you to talk to Rock right after, like in a minute, okay? I'm going to have Kelly exchange the information. I want you guys to come up with a game plan, and I'm willing to go after the flooring company. I'm willing to do whatever is going to help you guys, but you need to listen to Rock's advice, and then Rock, after you talk to her and you guys have a plan, I want you to call back next hour or whenever and let us know what the plan is so we can stay on top of this, man. Got it?
Excellent. That's a can do.
All right. You guys hold tight. I appreciate it. Free those lines up, Kelly. I'm sorry. And Gina, you've been holding the longest. You got an issue with a lawnmower repair. We're going to get right into that. And then Vicky, we're going to get up our expert on your credit score to figure out how to get that fixed. And then an issue with the Lawson Village. No water. No water. That's a big deal. Hold tight.
Hurting your neck or back.
Hey, Talib.
You want to go now? No problem, Elizabeth, and you have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. All right. Ever since I switched to iced coffee. Anyway.
I don't even know how you drink coffee.
Well, if you can't get Brent real quick, I don't want to like schedule. That man's busy. He might be in Arizona. Who knows? I know Kurt Rogers can get on fairly quick. So either one, but try Brent first because we do get AIM on a lot. Yeah, Ideal Home Loans. But tell them it's a credit score. They had a 100-point drop. She can't figure out what it is. How do we figure it out?
A suspected gunman in the Buffalo supermarket shooting now facing multiple federal charges. Prosecutors arrested an 18-year-old for committing a hate crime resulting in death and a hate crime involving bodily injury. The violent coming is Mary Garland is found in this mass shooting. All 10 people were killed.
Costco is where I shop, man. The majority of my clothes are from Costco. And Sam's Club. Both for me. So I've got I love these t-shirts. They're nice, thick, they don't shrink, and the main brand's called Eddie Bauer. And they come in different colors. Some have logos that say Eddie Bauer, some don't. So I got some new ones of those. I'll tell you what a creature has I am. I got like 6 of them. And then I got a new pair. Nope, I love these stupid shoes. They're called Filia. I love them. They're comfortable. They're fucking cheap. $25 pair of shoes, baby.
Good morning. Thanks so much for calling the Untitled Troubleshooter show. How can I help you?
I'd like a regular Kirkland t-shirt.
Kirkland t-shirts, rock and roll. Yeah. The funny part is they're somewhat proud of those. Oh, you mean like a package or whatever?
I do not believe there has been any resolution to that story yet. It's kind of a crazy one. But I...
Cool. But they get about $12 for them, but they're real thick. They're thicker than the t-shirts.
This is original Kirkland t-shirt. And
you can get V-neck or round neck.
Yeah, well, not exactly, because the airline, technically did what they were saying that they would do, and they delivered her bag. They used a service to deliver her bag. So then the service that did it basically claims that nope, it's the airline.
Let's talk about the birth certificate.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
So I did a Water Pros and I did a Compass is done. And Tony, no disrespect, but at some point I got to do a couple.
I have no problem.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to double. No, it's not fair. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to double them up. So tomorrow I'm going to do like 4 magics.
Do it today.
No, I don't like that. If it was an HVAC company, I wouldn't do it. If it was a flooring company, I just wouldn't do it under any circumstance. So I know. The only reason I said it to you is I knew you wouldn't care, but it doesn't matter. It's not cool.
He actually texted me. He goes,
remember, we're on. We're on all the time.
No, he just wanted me to do some installs for him.
Oh, cool.
You're making fun of your shirt. I'm like, it's the Charlie Sheen 2.5 Men shirt.
No, this shirt, okay, you freaks. This shirt I bought in Mall 3, what the hell's that called in Mexico? The flea market I always drag you to. Yeah, the flea market I always drag you to.
Oh, let me look it up.
Market 6. So in Cancun, there's this flea market that is absolutely absurdly huge. And it's called Market
28.
Market 28. So I usually drag her down there. So we leave our 5-star resort and go slum it in the flea market because I'm a cheap bastard. And I got my freaking shirt for probably about $9.
I didn't know you got that there. I thought it was your Charlie Sheen shirt.
No, this
looks like a Charlie Sheen shirt to me.
Nah, if you really look at this, it's Mexican.
Yeah, but I agree with you. It looks like a Charlie Sheen.
So I went to the first time I ever got a straight razor shave. Nope, that's not true. I got one at that place in Castle Rock once. Okay. No. The first time I ever got one was Mexico.
Yep.
Long time ago, man.
Like the best shave you ever had.
It was the best shave, but man, I'm telling you, some Mexican dude holding a straight edge to a gringo makes you a little fucking nervous. But that was at Market 26 or whatever you said, too.
This guy's saying, you see the news about Yellowstone? I'm like, what about Yellowstone?
Totally shut down.
Oh, yeah, the rains.
It's flooded.
They got pictures
Oh,
of
I think
houses.
Mark, I'm thinking of the show Yellowstone.
Oh,
Kevin
Kevin,
Costner.
I hope that new one comes out soon. All right, what do we got here?
It gets a little chilly in here. You guys like it cold.
I do. So, okay, try AIM, Kelly, if you can hear me. So who do I want to knock out here? Tom would be so proud I'm staying on top of in-home. That's my hardest ones to do. Wait, Claims Pro.
Here's a police shooting that won't get on the news. Some cop shot a guy who was coming at him with a hatchet.
When is Genesis deal?
2 cops were killed this morning in California, I
Really?
think.
What was Genesis deal?
Next week, the 25th. I don't know what it is.
No. What date?
The 25th, Saturday the 25th.
Okay.
But I don't know what it is. I just put it on our calendar.
Yeah, I got it. Saturday. Do someone have a pen I can have?
Right here.
You need another one? Susan, you got one.
Thank you, Doc.
I got a bunch of them.
Miles texted me. Oh, a picture of him and your dad. That's nice. Let me see, because I was going to tell them, please take pictures with your grandparents. They're getting old, you know?
Oh, he just sent it to me, I think.
Oh, with an alligator. He's holding an alligator. Oh, my God.
Okay, guys, we're back. PGM. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. OMG, I'm putting. I would not hold it. That is a hard no for me. That's a hard pass.
Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
All right, 303-713-8255. By the way, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. If you're new to it, it's pretty simple. We get directly involved in your life. We try to help. We try to make things better. Even last hour, Elizabeth, this poor woman had a bunch of work done on her flooring. Asbestos was disturbed. The company did not do the right thing when they did it, and apparently they're fighting her now. I want you to listen in the future shows and watch what we do. Watch how we solve her problem and get her a payday from that flooring company. And we've gotten a lot lately. We have gotten a lot of complaints against those guys. Who are they again? I already Empire Flooring. For the life of me, I just don't know why. Now, go ahead, babe.
On her paperwork, it says Empire Today. Is that the same as Empire Flooring?
Yeah, it's same company. So they're a lead aggregator. Let me explain what, from the best of my knowledge, here's what these guys do. So you call up their number, you know, the little cartoon guy. These are the kind of guys, I don't like their advertising. And here's what I mean by that. One of the things they advertise occasionally, and I don't like when anybody does this, is you buy one room, you get 4 for free or 3 for free, whatever it is. Everybody in the world knows that's not true. It just doesn't happen. Everything's built into the price. I don't like that BS. But here's the issue with these guys. You call up, you talk to them. They reach out to a sub that shows up. It's not like you're dealing with them. You're dealing with one of their contractors, much like Home Depot and much like Lowe's. So try to figure out who you're dealing with when it comes to flooring. There is no doubt who I'd use, simplyfloorsinc.com, but I'm not going to get into it. They're the actual company. They're the installers. They take responsibility, and they do a great job, and they can save you a ton of money. I guess I did talk about them, simplyfloorsinc.com. It's hard not to talk about Buddy Mitchell and Karen. Now, this hour is brought to you by Genesis Solar. The website is Genesis Solar CO. They have a thing coming up on the 25th. I think it's 2 Saturdays from now. Suzanne and I will be out there. It's everything you want to know about solar. It's not a sales job. It's, do you want to know if you're going to save money at your house, exactly how much money you would save, and should I buy it, should I lease it? And then my favorite is, how does solar even work? Like, really, how does it work? What is a panel? How do they work? And they're going to go over everything. It's free. They're going to have a barbecue going. There's going to be a bouncy house for the kids if you got kids and want to bring them. And it's only, just stop by for like a half hour. You're going to learn about solar. You're going to love it. If you give them your address, check this out. If you give them their address, they'll be able to look at the satellite image of your house, tell you exactly how much you can save, and then they'll guarantee that savings. I love this. They'll guarantee it for 25 years, and their warranty, if you end up going with solar, is 25 years as well. GenesisSolarCO.com. Get signed up for that. I'd love to meet you out there. GenesisSolarCO.com. Now, we've got a little house cleaning to do. I got to get a little caught up here. I want to see, okay, so Kelly, hop on there real quick. Kelly, so.
Yes, sir.
Brent Ivinson is not available. Did we try Kurt?
I'm doing it right now.
All right, try to get Kurt up, and then I want you to hold on, Vicky. Vicky called up. Her credit dropped over 100 points. Suzanne, you looked at that. You said it was over a 2-year period. I'm going to bring her back up. Vicky, I was under the impression it happened real quickly. How long, when did it go down?
Well, what it shows is the last, it was at 819 on September 2020, and then it shows nothing until June 8th, 2022.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly
708,
what
and
I
I've
see.
never
That's
gotten-
a 2-year period.
Wait a minute. I don't even understand. Vicky, I don't even understand. I mean, if you went in and checked your credit in those 2 years, you said it said nothing. What does that mean?
Yeah, I've never gotten any kind of notification.
Okay.
And anytime I get something, I look. I've always been, top 790s, 800.
All right,
so-
hold tight. I get you. As soon as we get someone up that knows about credit inside and out, we're going to come back to you. Meantime, Gina, you've been holding forever. And right after Gina, we're going to talk about an update that's unbelievable. This mother called in. Her daughter's dating this kid. Suzanne, what's his name?
So his first name is, we'll call him Bray.
So Bray, he's 19 years old. His mother birthed him at a house in Texas. No social security number, no birth certificate. Parents don't want to help. And
Homeschooled all his life.
Well, we assume homeschooled. I mean, we don't know his education, although we've talked to him quite a bit. We're gonna tell you what's going on with this, and it's extremely interesting. And I think, I don't want to use the word devious, but I think something is awry, and I am not kidding. When you hear some of the stuff Suzanne found out, you're going to think the same way I am. We're going to get into that this hour for sure. But meantime, Gina, what's going on with this lawnmower?
Hi, my riding lawnmower is not working, and I need someone to service it.
Oh, where do you live?
In South Aurora, not far from the reservoir.
South
She also has a regular mower that needs fixed too. She has both, Mark, and she
Right.
can't take them anywhere because she can't put them. She can't transport them.
Oh, I didn't even
Wondering
think
if
of
there
that.
was someone out there that knows how to repair these.
Here's where our listeners can come in handy. I actually know a great small engine repair, but it's in Elizabeth. And you would have to bring it to them. It's very far away. But in Elizabeth, there's a great one. I couldn't even tell you the name of the company, but they sharpen blades for me. They can fix any small engine. It's great. In fact, let me ask my guest, Tony Joyner. You're in Parker. I know you live there. He's with GarageKings.com. Any questions on garage flooring covers? These are the guys. Just call in now. We can answer anything when the line's open. But, Tony, do you know any small engine repair?
We take all our stuff to Home Depot.
Home Depot does small engine repair?
Yes.
They do?
Lawnmowers, rod, generators, anything like that.
They do it. Do they do it there? Do they send it out?
No, they have a mechanic there.
They have a Home Depot.
Certified mechanic. Go to Tool Rentals, and they're in the Tool Rentals.
Now, okay, so there you go. There's one, Gina. You could call up whatever Home Depot's closest, but getting the riding mower there, maybe if you call them up, they have an idea of how to get it there. But meantime, what I want to tell everybody listening, if you know a good local small engine repair that is somewhere around Aurora and maybe an idea of how she could get the riding mower there, maybe they come and pick it up, I don't know. Email us at help@troubleshooter.com. That's help at troubleshooter.com, and we would love a referral on that. But someone you've used, not just you pass or something, but someone you've used, and hopefully they work out and they're a good company. We can do a little background on them. But Gina, we're going to get you some answers. But in the meantime, make sure Kelly has your phone number, and why don't you call Home Depot and see what they say, okay?
I will.
All right, but hold on. And we're going to give you any recommendations that come. So I'm not saying use Home Depot right away, but at least call them up and see if there's any way that they can pick stuff up or how it works. Do you have something with a hitch on it? Could you rent a little trailer? I know it's a lot of work, but is that something that's even feasible, or a neighbor that could help you?
No, I've already looked around. I used to go through Sears, but when they went out,
man, talk about a company that blew it. You realize before the internet, way back when, there was something called a catalog, and them and who was it? Montgomery Wards, between the two of them, they own the country. You could buy a house, you could buy an airplane, you would buy shotguns, you could buy anything in the world at Sears, and just like Blockbuster, they're morons, and they're gone.
If they had been forward-thinking, they could be advertised.
On Season 2 of the Queen of the Con podcast, you'll meet Lizzie Mulder, a woman so desperate to join Laguna Beach's champagne...
Excel I can do easy. I don't need anything. Approval, I don't need anything. Art, good. I need no notes. How do you usually listen? I know you listen 24, or you listen every day.
If
the app
or on the radio.
Excel Roofing, my buddy Jay Bretz. I love Jay Bretz. We talk all the time about different things. He's just a great guy. I love the way he runs his company. You realize if you get a roof or a roof repair or a gutter cleaning or anything from Excel, you don't pay a cent until you're content. Find me another contractor that lives by that. I'm going to tell you about one a little bit later, but Excel does a bang-up job. And what I love about him is whether you have a fix and flip, you want a cheap roof on, or if you have, it's your personal residence and you want a truly a hail-proof roof, they got everything, and they got everything in between. It's a company that's been around well over 20 years. It's a company that's there to back your warranty. If you got hail damage, these door knockers are the worst thing that can possibly happen to you. You need to call up a local company, because if there is any issues in warranty, try tracking down a guy in Texas. You want Excel, you want Jay Bretz, and like I said, you don't pay a cent until you're content. Colorado Springs, all the way to Wyoming, in fact, into Laramie. Excel Roofing, excelroofing.com, excelroofing.com, excelroofing.com. Now, the Art of Granite, Mitch Floria, what a great guy. You know what? I have used the Art of Granite 3 times. Suzanne has too. And we called them up. They came out. They did our laundry room. They did our bathroom. And they helped us with the kitchen. Suzanne, honest to God, what do you think of the job?
Gorgeous work.
Absolutely gorgeous. And if you want a quote right over the phone of a new countertop, new cabinets, take pictures of what you have now, send them over to Mitch Floria. He can give you a quote right over the phone. Great pricing, exceptional service, and just top quality stuff. TheArtOfGranite.com, T-H-E, TheArtOfGranite.com. Have you been thinking about a reverse mortgage? Well, it might be right for you. It might not be right for you. You need to figure out the ins and outs. You got to understand it, see what you're getting into, and figure it out. But basically, if you never want to worry about having to leave your home until you want to leave your home or until you pass away, I want you to call Joan Sullivan. I love Approval Reverse Mortgage. I love the owner, Joan Sullivan. She actually has a reverse mortgage herself. Call approvalreverse.com. Go to the website approvalreverse.com. Guys, please don't do that. It's good now, Doc.
Okay.
I can't tune out as good as Tom.
This is from Paul Dowdy. Look. Keep it right here. Just so you know.
You're going to need an electric car, like dealership, fixed repair shop. My truck comes in next month.
What are you getting?
The F-150 Lightning.
Wow. It's a little powerhouse too, man. A little power. You could
what I've
actually
been seeing-
plug in your equipment to it.
Well, right. It'll run my house for 4 days.
You know, it made me think, I've been seeing a lot of lately on the road are those new Hyundai pickup trucks.
I think
It's
they're weird
crazy.
looking. They're so weird looking. What weird looking?
Can't afford gas anymore, Mark.
You don't
Dude,
even
it's
get us started.
It was we filled up today $80 and we had a little less
And
than
I
a
just
quarter
filled it
tank.
up Saturday, $75, the same vehicle. Like, it's
Thanks,
insane.
Brandon. I love them too. Oh, this Russia thing. Oh no, okay, whatever. Has nothing to do with we were completely oil independent. Now we're not. Here's the bottom line. All they want to do is convert us over to but all it does is hurt poor people. They don't have $80,000 to buy a car, or $50,000, or $30,000.
Right. Like if we're going to that Excel Solar, so I could charge my truck for free.
Yeah, we have a Tesla on the way that it should be here sometime August, September. And then we'll use that more often to carpool when it's not snowing.
Well, I got the F-150 because I could pull my trailer.
That's
I'll pull
supposed to be
10,000
costing you a
pounds.
fortune. Ooh.
85.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
expensive.
really? I'm hearing a pickup truck's costing $120 to fill right now. I don't know.
Oh no, he's talking the price of the vehicle, $85,000.
Pardon me.
But it's all for a business. You can write it off.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Well, for now, I'm sure Biden will change that. You realize he's worse now than Jimmy Carter. There has never been lower marks in the history of a president than Joe Biden has right now. It's incredible.
My best friend, we were in the military together, high school, everything. He lives in Australia. He's renouncing his citizenship because.
Well, that's insane, but okay.
Well, his in-laws left him $25 million when he died.
Oh wow. Oh, he doesn't want to pay the taxes.
They want 60%.
Over the 15 million though. There is an exemption.
Here or out,
Hold on.
here or overseas.
Talk station 630 KHOW.
All right, 303-713-8255. Panacea. The website is realcbdthatworks.com, and that's no joke. It is realcbdthatworks.com. Seed to sale, I love that. They're located right here in Colorado. They sell around the entire country, but you can find them in DIA. You can find them in different convenience stores, different kiosks. But you want to go to realcbdthatworks.com because if you put Tom in the promo code, when you get your CBD, you'll save 30%. Got it? 30%. It doesn't get any better than that. Okay, 303-713-8255. Suzanne, I have got to get people a little up to date. What are we calling them? Byron? Brayan? Bray.
Nice kid.
So he called in. Actually, his
girlfriend's mom who listens to our show. Her name is Holly. She called in last week.
Yeah, and just recap it.
She just said, that he's 19 years old, born in his home in Texas. Homeschooled all of his life.
Zero record. The kid.
Zero. He's invisible. They never applied for his birth certificate. There's 10 of them. The four oldest, they range from 30-something to 12 years old. The four oldest and the two youngest were born in hospitals, so they have their birth certificates, their social security numbers. But the four middle ones, they range from 18 to 23 years old, have no birth certificate, never applied for, no social security number, never applied for, and parents keep saying, they keep putting them off. We'll try to help, we will help, we'll get around to it, but none of them have them.
And the parents seem like you said, they just don't want to help at all. So you actually reached out to one of our PIs,
yes.
And sure enough, this kid does not exist.
Which isn't completely uncommon for a kid that age. But yeah, he does not exist. He is nowhere in the records. So got some information on the family. I have reached out to the state of Texas Vital Records to try and figure out, Because ultimately, probably what's going to happen is parents are going to have to sign an affidavit.
And I don't think they will.
I don't think they will. Somebody who was in the room that day when that kid was born needs to sign a notarized affidavit saying he was born.
And the parents don't want to do it. But like I said, if the parents were deceased, if there was no one to do it, there still has to be a way. But think about the predicament this kid's in. He can't really get a job. He's working kind of under the table right now somewhere because that's all he can do. He doesn't have a Social Security card. He can't fly. He can't drive. Think of the limitations with having nothing. I mean, it's absolutely insane. And his other siblings are dealing with it. One of his siblings is actually
taking legal action.
Whatever that means.
I'm not sure what that means.
Against the parents. I'll tell you what's weird, too. We found out he didn't even know the birth date of his parents. No idea.
Didn't know the years.
The year they were.
I had to tell him what years his parents were born.
And he had no idea about his mom, though.
No idea.
It's the craziest thing. So kid's 19. There's like, but Suzanne said, like 10 kids. We tracked them all around Texas. You can see where they lived, or our PI did. Then you can see where they moved to Superior. And it's just crazy. So we're going to meet these people after the show today.
How do you know he's 19 if he doesn't have a birth certificate?
Well, we don't for sure. You're absolutely right, Doc.
We're just going by what he tells us. So I have an application. So the first step is the state of Texas has to get an application for a birth record.
And they're doing really good dealing with you.
And once they realize there's no record of him, then they'll tell us what exactly they need to apply for his identity.
Now, what we're also going to do today, we're going to pick up a 23andMe on the way. We're going to swab them. And we're going to send it in. We're going to send it in under a fake name, if you will. And we're going to see what comes up on that, because I can only imagine why these parents do not want to help them out. It's the strangest thing, because some of them do have, some of the 10 kids have Social Security numbers and birth certificates.
You want to hear something else that's odd, Mark?
What?
Our PI guy sent me their address up there in Superior. And I Googled it, and what's really strange is there are two people. First off, there's an older brother associated with the address that's never even lived in Colorado. He's in his 30s. And then there's two names associated with that address, same last name, and our kid, Bray, has never heard of those two names before. So that's another.
But same last name.
Same last name. It's very odd. Something's going on.
I would love just to... I have no idea. Doc, let me ask you. I want to ask everybody real quick. What do you think, man? Just like rednecks, backwoods, don't want to. I mean, why wouldn't they help now? I mean, what's your gut?
I have no idea, Mark. I can't, there's some things you just can't understand. I can't think of a rational reason.
I can't
for
either.
Behavior like that.
Tony?
I agree. I just think they're hiding something.
They have to be. I mean, why else wouldn't they want their kid to be able to get a job and stuff? I'll be honest. I don't know what we're going to find. It could be anything, and I'm totally throwing stuff out there. But imagine he finds out his sister is his mother. Or he's not even related to one of the parents. It's one of their offspring or one of their siblings. It could be anything. Or there is no blood connection to any of them. And what does that mean? Does that mean he was taken? Does it mean he was adopted somewhere with no paperwork? Why in the hell wouldn't they do anything? But we're going to keep everybody abreast to what's going on with this. Simple as that. We're going to meet the kid tonight. I might have some updates. I'm going to see if he's comfortable. We'll get a picture of him and his girlfriend. And he needs help. I mean, he knows we're talking about it. He needs help. I mean, he can't live his life without this stuff.
One simple, did he have a normal childhood, or was he abused as a child?
Not abused.
We don't know.
Ken, I will say this, that growing up, there were about 5 or 6 years that they did not even have running water.
Think about that.
Extremely poor, he says.
The kid's 19. We're not talking about the 40s or the 30s where you'd have to run out to the well and actually get water.
But he wasn't physically abused.
Not that we know of.
That he
reports.
That he reports, that's correct. But physical abuse is one thing. Sometimes mental abuse is way worse. And a lot of people that are mentally abused don't even know they were mentally abused. That's part of the abuse. All right. Let's get back to the phones, and then we're going to have an update on Todd probably next hour. Todd's another one we're following through with. I'm telling you, you need help. This is it. There's nothing else that's free out there that's effective. There's a lot of free stuff, but not effective. I do want to say again, one of the voices you heard, Tony Joyner with Garage Kings. These guys do garage coatings. They do a bang-up job. They did my house years ago. You know, the one thing I will say, Tony, I love the fact I didn't have to pay anything up front. You listen to the show. I do not pay up front. I pay when the job's done, and those are the companies I deal with, like J. Bratz, Excel Roofing, like Garage Kings, like yourself. I had an issue. You guys did my patio. Listen to what I'm saying, folks. They did my patio upstairs. So Suzanne and I have this patio that's about 15 feet off the ground.
It's concrete.
It's concrete. It's called light concrete because it's above ground. It's a concrete patio that's a deck. Let's put it that way. So he came out. You put a coating on it that not only did you put, what's it called? What is it?
Polyaspartic.
Polyaspartic coating that virtually lasts forever, and you put like a some kind of, I don't know if you put like sandpaper granules, you put something in it so it's not slippery because it's outside.
Correct. It's a shark grip.
And we could choose whatever colors we wanted, whatever designs. It's absolutely incredible. It was at the time around maybe $5 a square foot. It was dirt cheap. And because the patio is cement, just like cement, you have those expansion joints. Some of the stuff about 6 months after you did it kind of fell down into the expansion. Why does that happen, first of all?
Just the shifting.
Just shifting of the concrete. So whether it's a garage or a patio, it shifts.
Correct.
Okay, so I called them up, and I wanted to test out their guarantee, their warranty. I called, well, it was about a year later. You know, I saw it, didn't think about it. It was winter. They're not going to do anything. So I called him up, and I sent him a picture of it. He said, oh, we're going to come. We'll get you on the books. We'll come out and look at it. So I'm thinking they're going to come out. They redid the entire patio. Is that the only way to fix something like that, is to redo the whole thing?
The correct way, yes. You can do a cheap way, but it doesn't look.
It doesn't look good. No. They came out, and I thought I thought you were just going to look at it, or your crew that day. They redid the whole thing and left. Didn't say boom, no bang. So when I say these guys have a lifetime warranty, they have a lifetime warranty. Check them out at GarageKings.com. And we'll talk about any specials. I'm going to try to twist your arm on something for people listening today and mention the show. But you think about that. If you don't want to do it, I understand. But we'll go from there. Okay, I promise, as soon as we get back. Kelly, what am I taking when we get back? Suzanne, what do you got?
You got Kurt Rogers on line 7.
Oh, Kurt, hold tight. Kurt, I know you're listening. Hold tight. I'm going to bring Vicky back up. Her credit score dropped over 100 points, like pretty quick, honestly. We don't know if it was over 2 years or 1 day, but she got a letter from Equifax about a week or two ago saying something was derogatory. She logged onto her credit, and it dropped over 100 points. Oh. Affordable interest, I'll be damned. Man, does that guy have timing. Become the banker. I'm telling you, I'm liking iced coffee. I never thought I'd drink a foo-foo thing.
I thought it works Dutch Bros, so we're like, cold brew coffee is...
But wait. Don't think I pay for fucking Dutch Bros coffee. This is right out of the Keurig, and I fucking let it sit for a minute and put it on ice. I ain't paying no $5 for a coffee.
Drinks the cold brew at home.
Okay, here we go.
You guys are funny.
Do you have spots coming up?
3.
That line 1 is a good one, too. I lined that up. It's an Idaho Springs trailer park. They haven't had running water in couple weeks.
Wow.
So that's a good one as well.
I'll never forget that one I went out to. We'll talk about that, too. God, that was horrible. All right, we're going to be talking to the owner in a minute, Kurt Rogers, but I got to tell you about Affordable Interest Mortgage. These guys have a product that I can't say enough about. We call it the Liquid Loan. You can get more information at theliquidloan.com, but to put it in a nutshell, it's pretty cool. It's a first line of credit. Imagine, let's say you've got $400,000 in equity right now. You can tap into that equity for the next 30 years with this loan. And it's a first deed. It's a first mortgage. It's not like a bank giving you a second mortgage and a line of credit that they can recall every year. For the next 30 years, you'll have access to that equity in your house. If you don't get it, you don't pay for it. And check this part out. The part that the mortgage part of it, let's say you have a $200,000 mortgage and a $400,000 line of credit. That $200,000 mortgage, if you have cash in your savings account or checking account and you put it in with this particular bank, it'll offset your mortgage payment by that much. And I'm leaving out the best part in simple interest. It's not one of these deals like on a 30 or 15-year mortgage where you pay all that interest in the first half. It's simple interest. Call up Kurt and just ask him. Send him over your mortgage statement right now and say, how much can I save? How much interest? How much cash flow? What kind of line of credit? Just give him a call, 720-895-0500. But wait till I talk to him after the break, 720-895-0500. Talking about great deals, yesterday we had Joe and Jordan in studio with Become the Banker. It's the only product that I know of. It's backed by a life insurance policy. Congress has some loopholes when it comes to doing things with life insurance. They can explain it way better than me. But the bottom line is you can actually put money into this for retirement and loan it back to yourself. Let's say you got $300,000 in it or $100,000, you want to buy a car. Instead of paying interest to the bank on that car, you use your retirement money, you make payments to yourself, and you charge yourself 12, 13% interest, and it'll grow within that plan. It is a very cool plan. Just figure out more. In fact, you can watch a quick video Martino did on it at becomethebanker.org. That's becomethebanker.org. You know where I got my first RV, my Class A? I got it at Century RV. These guys are unbelievable. They got the best inventory. They've got the best prices, and the financing is unbelievable. You can get into some trailers right now for less than $100. If you want something to do with the family, Suzanne and I have done it forever. We used to bring the kids in the fifth wheel. We'd go to the KOAs. We'd go all over. It was the best time. You got to check it out if you've never done it. It's the vacation that you own. It's a killer deal. You can get a big one, a small one, a Class A, a Class C. CenturyRV.com. They have it all. CenturyRV.com. Okay. Do you want to do a special, Tony? It doesn't matter if you don't. Honest to God. What do you want to do?
We'll do a true $300 off.
But they got to mention it.
Yep.
Yep, and John.
I'll hold Kurt over.
Tell Kurt Rogers, can you ask him if he can hold for 2 calls now? Yeah. He's pretty flexible, usually. Yeah. So, but maybe give him a heads up and see if he can hold for both. Okay, great. Thank you, darling.
Tobin is like over an hour.
Yeah, I always let these people know.
Yeah.
Car timeout, but yeah, I know they get.
I told him to. I picked it up a couple times, and I'm like, we'll get to it.
Thank you.
I think this recession, if we see another half point, well, we just had 3 quarters, but they move like that again, I think it puts us in a recession so fast you won't be able to blink.
Oh, tell me about it. We're getting our basement done. We're looking at refinancing. Well, we have a 1.75 interest rate.
Oh, you're fucked.
I can't do anything.
See, in your case like that, that's where a second comes in.
Right, a HELOC.
You don't, yeah, a HELOC. You don't fuck with that first money.
And it's a VA, so it's.
That's a great benefit. Did you take advantage of the GI Bill at all?
Yes.
What'd you do with it? Did you take it or give it to somebody?
No, I took it. I got my degree in business.
Rock and roll, baby.
Then my daughter will get $10,000 for.
Oh, that's part of it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's only through the Army.
Yeah, okay.
The Army, you pay $50 a month for the first year, and you get additional money for your.
Would you end up retiring out of the Army?
E6.
Okay.
Staff Sergeant.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell Mark. You got 2 calls for Kurt, and then John's been holding a long time as well. I mean, we just got a lot going on, but you had 2 calls for Kurt. Larson Tower.
I got my quarters.
I got mine today too.
Yeah, it was pretty easy
Yeah,
today.
it was.
There was a really hard Wordle last week. I forget what it is. I never even heard of the...
Goose?
Wasn't goose, no.
No, I thought
I'd never heard of the word ever.
Really?
Had no idea what it was.
Oh.
I think it...
KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
All right, 303-713-8255. We've got a ton going on. I'm going to tell you this, Tobin, I promise I'm coming to you, but we have one of our experts on, Kurt Rogers, Affordable Interest Mortgage. I got a couple questions for Kurt. Kurt, I want to deal with Vicky real quick. I'm going to lock her in. So, Vicky, about 2 years ago, Vicky, your credit score was 815, if I recall.
Yeah, 819.
And then, you know, a couple of years go by, you don't receive any letters from any credit agency. Everything's just ticking by. I don't know what happened, but Kurt, all of a sudden, her Equifax, she gets a letter from, something was reported derogatory, so she logs on to Equifax, pulls that credit report, and what was your credit on Equifax?
708.
So it dropped like, what is that, 107 points, Kurt? 107 points, Kurt. But what's even stranger is she's looking through the credit report. Nothing's changed that she can decipher. And the other 2 agencies have not moved at all. Your credit's still 8-something, right?
Right.
So what the hell, Kurt? How does that happen? Kurt? Oh, wait, this could be my fault. I never take blame. Kelly, what'd you do wrong? You hit the damn wrong button. Hey, Kurt.
Okay, there we go.
What do you make of that?
Well, what I think might have happened is the 815 or 817 that she had, was that an Equifax score? Or was that just a mid-score from one of the other other credit bureaus?
Vicky, do you know the answer? Are you sure it was just Equifax back in the day that was 815?
As far as I know, all of them have been in the 800, high 7 for a while.
But a couple years ago when you looked, how did you look? Maybe that's the way to ask.
Oh, through LifeLock.
I don't know LifeLock. Do you know how that product works, Kurt? I mean, I've heard of it, but does it show individual places?
It will show individuals in most cases. It'll give them, if you're asking for them, it will normally give you what they call as a mid-score, which is what we also pull. What might have happened is there could have been changes through the system at Equifax, but the report that she got was not an Equifax bureau. One bureau company over a 2-year period can drop your score 200 points, and it's not the bureau company doing it. It's the creditors that she have may stop reporting to Equifax, which could lower the score.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. For example, for whatever reason, and I doubt this ever happens, but if your mortgage company, even though you're 100% on time, if they decide no longer to report your score, that could be pretty derogatory. And the only reason is generally when you have a mortgage, your credit score is higher.
That is correct. And, you know, if you have car payments and stuff like that, because what can happen, maybe she bought a car, maybe she opened up some new accounts, and they now don't go to Equifax, so they're not seeing all that good credit that she has. They're just seeing her past credit.
Is it possible for you to pull a credit on her, of course with her permission, but it doesn't affect it? In other words, can you pull like a soft pull? And I'll give you an idea of what I'm saying. I know like Capital One, for example, they can say, hey, we'll do a soft pull just to get you pre-authorized for whatever credit card, whatever, anything, and it will not affect your credit at all unless you decide to go ahead and get the credit card or whatever. Is that even possible in your world?
No, it's not. But
okay.
She can pull her own credit report, and it will kind of give her an idea. The problem is we're trying to compare today.
She did pull it, and she can't figure it out. Let me ask you this, Kurt. If she sent you her Equifax, if she would you be able to look at it and just give it an idea? And she sends you one of the other ones, like TransUnion.
Yes, yes.
Would you do that for us?
Yeah, I'd look at it and try to say, here's where I see the difference on why they may be doing something.
Hey, Vicky, you want to do that? Kurt's a great guy.
Yeah, sure.
It won't affect your credit. We're just going to get to the bottom of it and solve the mystery. All right, hold on 1 second, Vicky, and I'm going to keep you up, Kurt. I've got another caller that's got a question for you. I do want to ask this in general, though. I knew that about a mortgage for a certain reason, and that reason is I don't have a mortgage. I own a house, and I have no mortgage. Why is that derogatory? You would think that's a good thing, but why? Explain to people why, even though you own the house, you have no payment on it. Why is that derogatory?
Credit is the ability to be able to make your scheduled payments on time as required by the contract you sign. If you don't have payments, you don't have credit. So having no credit history, having nothing you owe, no car payment, no credit card payment, no mortgage payment, you're more of a credit risk.
So the best way,
you paid them off, you got to have something on there to count.
Really, the best way to look at that is it's not an asset base. So you could have $10 million in the bank, own your own house, own everything outright, but your credit score could suck because you have no credit. It's not asset based; it's credit based.
It's actually pretty funny. I've had customers in the past that are that. They have lots of money, but they owe nothing, and they've not had any credit payments for 3 years. I can't get them a loan.
I've got credit cards that I keep and I use them once a year just to keep that credit there. I swear to God. I have 1 or 2 credit cards that I might charge $20 a year on just to keep them alive, and I am not kidding, Kurt. And I heard if you close an account, it's derogatory. Even if you owe nothing, never late, never had even a high line of credit, or you might have had a high line, but you never had a high balance, and you close it, that's derogatory, right?
12% of your credit history comes from the average age of your credit accounts.
All right, Kurt, can you hold on? We have, I'm going to bring Chad up after the break. Problem with first-time buyer loan. It's a Chaffa deal. It's in foreclosure. Can you hang on for that?
You bet.
All right, hang tight. 303-713-8255. Tobin, you'll be right after that as soon as we get rid of the expert. And then issue with a landscaper. Gee, imagine this time of year, we're going to start having these come out of the woodwork. And we'll look back, Jeff. Maybe we have stuff on whatever landscape you're dealing with from last year. And then Vicky, just make sure Vicky has Kurt's info so she can get that credit information over there, and then we'll handle Chad. We got a lot going on. My name's Mark Major. This is the Troubleshooter Network. Exit.
Well, it's nice when the lines are full all the time, isn't it? You don't have to ad-lib.
I don't know, man. It's a sword that cuts 2 ways.
Well, I think it's a better show when you have people calling in rather than you or Tom,
I agree.
See it.
I agree. They want to hear consumer calls. They tune in to hear consumer calls no matter what.
No question.
They could care less about our politics, for the most part.
Except for the YouTube viewers. They care about everything.
Who do I got? They're a company that can do everything. They can do your furnace, your AC, electric, plumbing. They cover it all. Home services, we call it. But for $139 a year, you get 4 visits. 1 visit for your furnace, 1 visit for the AC, 1 visit from a plumber, and 1 from an electrician. You get 4 experts to your house once a year, right before winter, right before summer, for $139 a year. Just in trip charges, you're saving $400, $500, $600. They're a great company. George Donaldson's the owner. FixMyHome.com, FixMyHome.com, or call them at 720-526-3939. Ask them about the Green Bubble Club. In fact, if you need something right now, I'd sign up now, and then there's no trip charge if you have a problem. The Green Bubble Club. FixMyHome.com. Now, you know who I want to talk about? One of my favorite people in the world, Frank Duran, the real estate man. Really, that's all I should have to say. That's what a super guy he is. If you're selling a house, or if you're looking to buy a house, you want to use Frank. And I could tell you every accolade I've ever heard, and it would probably apply to him. But I'm going to tell you the most important part about Frank. Negotiation, negotiation, negotiation. He's the best. In fact, he sells more homes. Listen to me. He sells more homes in 1 month than most realtors sell in an entire year. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Put the biggest asset in your pocket in Frank's hands. You're not going to regret it. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You know whose commercial's up? It's yours. Get on there. Get on there, Tony. Tony's the owner of Garage Kings. He happens to be in studio today. What do you do, Tony? I want you to do your own spot. Do it.
So we do polyasphalt garage floors with a lifetime warranty. That means any problem, we'll come out and fix it. You don't have to worry about materials, labor. It's all-inclusive.
Lifetime.
Lifetime, and we take no money up front.
Zero money up front till the job's done.
Correct.
And then how about your pricing compared to the competition?
We will beat any pricing with the same product.
I don't know what else to say. GarageKings.com, GarageKings.com. We'll talk more with them next hour. That was cool, man.
I love Frank.
Oh, you're using Frank?
Oh, we have 3 times.
There's I have never had, let's face it, I've had a complaint on virtually anybody I've ever talked about. Anybody.
Right.
I have never had a complaint on Frank. Not one. Not one. He's so fucking nice, but he can backdoor the other realtor because he's so nice. That's his negotiation.
Well, we got our brand new house from a builder, $40,000 under asking.
Unbelievable.
And that was through a builder.
And Frank did that.
Yeah.
What does a 2-garage car cost, roughly?
$2,500.
All right.
$2,500 total.
Got a YouTube asking.
Do you have financing?
We will next month.
Who are you going to go with?
Our corporation's going to do it.
Oh, okay. One in town that I used to use for computers for years, man, and it worked great. So I'd sell the job. I'd hand him the invoice.
Right.
Now, this is a while back, so I don't know about interest rates and stuff now. But I would give them 6 months to a year, no interest, no payments. I would hand it over to Wells Fargo Financial. They would cut me a check on the spot, and then the customer, if they paid it off in the 6 months, wouldn't pay any interest. If they didn't, then it would kick into monthly payments with interest. But what I loved about it is the owner, I just have the signed contract, I give it to them right there at Wells Fargo, and they'd fucking cut me a check on the spot.
That's what we're going to do. We'll send the invoice online. They'll sign it through our corporation. I think it's going to be 12 months, no interest.
Awesome.
And my corporation will pay me. So.
Pardon me, Mark, on this kid with the birth certificate, it's $22 for the birth certificate.
Yeah.
Do we want to pay the extra? There's a $5 expedited processing fee and an overnight return mail $12.50 fee. Do we want to pay any of that or just?
Yeah, but they're not going to send us a birth certificate.
Oh, you're right. You're right. We'll just do the $22 for now.
We'll overnight it to them, but if there was a birth certificate,
yeah.
Sure.
Okay, got it. Makes sense.
Well, at least he came to the right place.
Oh,
well, luckily he calls his girlfriend's mom mother-in-law. It's so cute. Luckily, she listens to the show and figured it's worth a shot for sure. I think we'll get him help.
God, I know we'll get
him. We can help his siblings.
I just want to know what the fuck. It's the best mystery we've had for a while. I mean, a true mystery. Like Doc said, there is no logical reason these parents wouldn't want to help them. It's got to be.
But what's really interesting is the first 4 and the last 2 were born in hospitals and have identities.
You know,
well, if they told us the day he was born, it would be very easy to go get the hospital records, find out who the delivery.
He was born in a hospital. He was born in his house. Oh. He didn't go to a hospital. He was homeschooled all his life.
No midwife, no nothing.
Wow.
because they were so poor. Didn't even have running water.
I don't even know why. I was trying to talk Suzanne out of a hospital. I find that stupid, man. You can have a kid right in your kitchen.
With Summit Wealth Strategies to learn how to prepare. Saturdays at noon on 630 KHOW. Denver's talk station.
Online at khow.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. Any questions you have, we want to hear from you.
I was still looking at just under 8,000 to reinstate my
Kurt,
loan.
how would he find out? How would he find out at this point? I mean, this guy's about to lose his house. Are you guys still there right now?
I am still there right now.
And it is in foreclosure. When's the auction?
It is. August 8th.
Oh, my God, man. Have you thought about actually selling it instead of letting it go to auction?
I mean, I'm trying to keep my house.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but sometimes that's just not the answer. How much equity's in it? How much equity's in it?
Well, I mean, like every other house in the Denver area, it probably appreciated $200,000 over the loan value.
How much do you owe? How much do you owe total to get current?
$26,000. So they
calm down, Chad. Calm down. $26,000.
Yeah, sorry.
How much equity? How much is the house worth?
Right now, just over $420,000, I think.
And then, how much do you owe on it?
$248,000, $250,000, $250,000. Safe to say.
Hey, Kurt. I know there's nothing you're going to be able to do for him, but can you do me a favor? How do you verify the numbers he's giving? I could probably find an option for him if the numbers are correct, where he could stay in the home and have a very low payment. Do you have a second or anything else, Chad? Do you have a job now?
I have a silent second with Chapa. They put down the down payment.
How much is the second? Is that included in included in the 248?
No, that's a silent second. They call it. It's a $13,000 down payment that Chapa provided.
Okay, $13,000. Kurt, hold tight. I'm going to talk to you off air like I did a second ago. Chad, hold on, man, all right?
Okay.
God, how old are you?
I'm 46.
46? I thought you were going to say 25. Hold on, man. I still want to help you, but God bless. God bless, Chad. You're looking at losing your house, man. Hold tight, everybody. We've got a lot coming up. Please, Tobin, everybody hang tight. My name's Mark Major. This is the Troubleshooter Network.
Her face lights up whenever you're around.
That's why the diamond you give her can't be like any other.
At Williams Jewelers, exceptional brilliance is in our DNA. I'm Bruce Williams.
And I'm Steve Williams. We grew up in the diamond business.
And as direct diamond importers, we personally hand-select every diamond.
Going through hundreds at a time, looking for what really matters. Life.
Like people, no two diamonds are the same.
Some just sit there. And then there are those rare gems that explode with fire and brilliance.
A diamond that shines like no other.
And surprisingly, it's rarely about price. No one sells a more beautiful diamond for...
Kurt, could Kurt? It is offline. Kurt. He might have put down the phone. I don't know. Hey, Kurt. I can't hear him now. Kurt.